Hey guys, Tyre here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Novgorod Outskirts, playing for today's morning in the south way of OrangePest, playing as OKW, straight away locking in Special Operations. In southeast in the north we have insane Deliri0us, playing as Soviets, and his loadout is Guard Motor Coordination, Airborne Troops, and Shock Rifle Front Line. In terms of ranks, both players at time of recording are rank 28 with their respective factions, so very even match up in terms of rankings. Looks like we're going to see a tier 1 start from Deliri0us, pretty standard stuff against OKW. As for the map, this is one of the new maps, I haven't played on it too much. Probably one of the most important things to note is that this church, that there are no windows facing like these two directions. Windows only face out to the sides. Can affect your unit positioning around them quite heavily. Unfortunately, it is charging in here. Student Pioneer isn't nearby, but OrangePest is sending out a lone Fox over to his fuel. I'm going to see an M3 from Deliri0us, so pretty standard stuff from him. And the Stern Pioneer's an instant retreat there, avoiding taking any more unnecessary losses. And OrangePest going to put some sandbags up here, interesting position, like still inside the point rather than on the edge. Maybe the Stern Pioneer's going to go mine. Expecting the M3. Oh, Penal's on the cutoff, and here comes the M3. Another squad of Fox from the other side. OrangePest straight away with the retreat. Good thing is though, he's going to be connected to this fuel over here, so like these cut off doesn't really matter too much. Here we go, Deliri0us getting busy with the scout car. Looks like he's going to be neutralizing the territory on his way through. He hunts for future targets. Squad on low health going past, but there are no medkits back at base, so only going to be able to reinforce one model. They're not going to be able to gain much more health than that. M3 doing some neutralizing, and now the fuel is cut off, as you can see, so could be mine. Ooh, okay, he's coming around. OrangePest, I think he hears this through the fog. He's trying to bait him over the mine position. Hasn't happened yet. We have a stream of Fox Grenadiers, all four of them heading out in this direction. We'll regather the fuel down here. Once again though, moving them the opposite direction to the M3. So M3 really hasn't done like almost any damage, apart from in terms of territory control. In comes a flamethrower, and in comes the M3 from the other side. The Stern Pioneers want to complete the capture, and they do. Oh boy, late retreat. Okay, still a bit dicey. But it looks like Deliri0us not going to go for the chase down, going to go for the neutralize. No, just going to sail on past. Try and deal with these folks that are harassing this territory. Do have the tech truck out, but hasn't put it down yet. So no Faust, instant retreat there from OrangePest. Now as Stern Pioneers have retreated, he could put down some med crates. So again, that OrangePest not connected to fuel at this stage. It's been struggling a little bit in this department. Well, I wonder if we can get the rear gunner going as well. No, it doesn't look like it. Exposing the rear armor of the M3 to two squads. He just decides to back out of there. Turn around. That's the thing here. The rear gun on that apparently does slightly more damage than the front, but of course the vehicle is much more vulnerable on the rear, and you can't really like target squads. If you right click on a squad, it'll try to turn the front to face that direction, so not always the most effective. Okay, we're seeing radio silence activate here from OrangePest. Does give a slight speed boost these days. Help him regather territory quickly. Is coming down to harass the fuel. In comes the M3. Do some harassment. Truck is up. So OrangePest closing in, hoping to get the Faust off. With that speed boost, he almost got it off. But here, he's going to find it. Pops coming in from the other side. Good evac there from Deliri0us. Okay, M3 goes down. Squad up here doing some capping. Interesting, you know, if I select Deliri0us' units, OrangePest ones disappear off the map while using a radio silence, even from the observer mode. Okay, we have a machine gun coming in for OrangePest. He realizes his bad fuel situation. You know, usually around this time you'd be pumping out the looks, but he has been struggling with fuel control, constantly getting cut off. And even though the M3 didn't inflict that much manpower damage, definitely inflicted a lot of territory control damage. KD though pretty low throughout this match. We've got tier 3 going down for Deliri0us. T7 is going to be coming potentially even faster than the Puma. We'll have to wait and see. It probably will be the Puma for OrangePest since he's quite far behind. He's activating the radio silence once again. Not afraid to make full use of this ability. This lasts quite a long time for the cost. Penals in here getting the neutralize. Getting outnumbered. Speaking of getting outnumbered, Penals 2v1 here. So being forced away, and so are the combat engineers. So OrangePest about to take a decent chunk of territory control. Ooh, charging into the Penals here, risky, has to throw the grenade. Machine gun sitting up. Ooh, combat engineers, could they squeak past? Ooh, not quite. And they get suppressed. In positions to face the penal squad, even the fault screens to try and deal with the suppressed squad, and Stern Pioneers even on super low health come in to secure the flank of the machine gun there. Nice work from OrangePest, not having to retreat those super low squads, making full use of them. It's part of their low health, and OrangePest is going to go for a second machine gun. I was about to say he was flowing like close to 600 manpower just before. Another machine gun and a Puma are going to be the way forward. Meanwhile, Deliri0us is actually struggling a little bit for manpower right now. T7 are going to be coming out, but you know, at the same time as the Puma, Deliri0us probably going to have to get one of these penal squads with the PTRS. We did see Loveness have a lot of success with guard motor coordination against OKW. Squad of guards just seem to make, you know, such a big difference against the Puma. And these kind of builds often, you know, don't get overs until super late. So guards don't have to contend with anything super good long range until quite deep into the match. Okay, filtration grenades off there. The scatter on them was horrible, and he must take barely any damage. Well, maybe not. Puma, did they just get 3 kills? 2 kills. The main gun, lucky hit. So T70 making its presence felt on the other side of the map from the Puma. Oh, come on, just try to get some mines down. Puma might be able to see that though. He's got super long sight range. Ooh, might have been from this position. Might have seen it. This is the period where OKW are often the strongest. The Puma is just such a beast in the light vehicle wars. And because OKW doesn't have to spend manpower to get healing, only munitions, they just have like More units on the field, more boots on the ground. T70 switching sides, forcing away another machine gun. We're heading over in that direction now. But we do have a squad of guards for Deliri0us coming out. Doesn't quite have the DPs on them though. Ooh, flamethrower dishing it out to the squad behind cover, and in comes the T70. A couple lucky hits here, could get the wipe. Doesn't end up happening. Generals 2v1 here, gotta get out. And they do. But, you know, quite a lot of action across the map. Players contesting both fuels so far this game. Hasn't really settled into a steady pace yet. Here comes the T70, but this time the Puma's going to be there. But so are the guards. Good support play there. Still without the LMGs though. Oh, but he actually retreated despite them not having the LMGs. That's interesting. He was jumping onto the cutoff now. And in comes the looks. So I'm just going for the Puma first to help zone out the T70, but still wanting the extra anti-infantry firepower from the looks. Let's see what he can get done with it. Deliri0us in a bit of a tricky spot. Might have to take to tier 2 here to give himself a zis. Oh boy. Oh, come on, engineers, go down there. Treading across the road. That is painful. Now look at the top left and the top right. Who's got the larger army? OrangePest by a mile. Oh, Deliri0us. He's going to go for a second T70. No, cancels that. Could go for the SU-76, I suppose. Don't see it too often, but it is viable. Especially in these kind of scenarios where you don't really want to take tier 2. It can be a bit of a shock unit because opponents are so really expecting to see it. Oh boy! T70 in some trouble. Puma on the chase down. Puma misses the killing blow there. Might have been an attack round. Guards were on the other side of the map though. Really need that support play from the guards to keep that alive. Essential in, but easy dodge, and now minesweeping from OrangePest. And find these mines in the middle. Oh boy. Guards. Ooh, hitting a mine themselves. Was that his own mine getting triggered by the looks? Might have been. Put one there earlier. Guards getting away though, but that was some heavy losses. 4 models down. We do have another squad upgrade with the PTRSs. Deliri0us, sitting on a mountain of manpower, needs to make a decision what he's going to go for next. Or this game slips away from him. You are OrangePest on the back of this, getting out his truck. I wonder if it's going to be healing or the Schwer. Battle group or Schwer. Well, no, it looks like Deliri0us going to invest in his tech. Tier 4 coming down. At this juncture, he could go for a second squad of guards. Wouldn't be a horrible idea. Help tame these light vehicles. Just going in, looking for the kill on the penals. Where units and support nowhere to be found. T70 in the north. Well, here come the guards. And a bit of a lucky break there. Penal escaping. Here's the Puma. Puma sitting back, waiting for repairs, but should be getting involved in some of these engagements. Opening up on the squad in the middle. OrangePest with double fuel coming in. Oh man, he just coincidentally triggers that mine back there. Is that 2 now? Might be. Just see me chasing in, but Puma is nearby. Doesn't chase too far. Pulls back at just the right time. And up to this flank as well. OrangePest quick to retreat. The guards nearby as well. Puma coming in. Guards a little bit far away, and they just moved a little bit further. Getting close in the distance. Ooh, that'll be a close matchup. Deliri0us going to pull back. Guards closing the distance on the Puma, but he gets away. TCM is still reasonably healthy. Looks like he's going to use it for some more combat. And there's a kitten. Hasn't seen any action yet, but might do very shortly. In conjunction with the looks, T70 coming forwards. Oh, takes one shot, puts it on recon mode. Ooh, and that shot does not connect. Might have been the attack round. At that range. Oh, satchel in. Oh, and that's a bad retreat. Okay. Oof. Close call. Got the DPs this time, but this is a 2v1 scenario. I don't think the guards can win that, especially if OrangePest lobs out CA infiltration grenades. A mine down here. Don't know if OrangePest noticed their posture. They're on the classic, I just planted a mine formation. Deliri0us still floating a tremendous amount of manpower, rebuilding the second combat engineer, but still with a huge amount of fuel and manpower on the bank. That's why I thought he might go for another squad of guards. Probably a little bit risky at the moment to get a sniper. Given his position, it could get chased down by the looks reasonably easily. That could be something to look for later on once that looks has died. Can also be a little bit tricky against the Puma aim shot. It's not a guaranteed kill against a sniper like it used to be, but still pretty effective against them. Looks mobilizing against the squad that does not have the PTRS upgrade. And it looks like Deliri0us does decide to backtick, get his tier 2. But he should have made this decision a long time ago. Floating close to 700 manpower for a very long time. And in the meantime, he's taken a pummeling. Just playing very cautiously though, not chasing in, not potentially going for the white here. Giving his opponent full respect. EPs though, you know, Deliri0us still ahead in that department. Oh, TCM is still on recon mode. There we go. It's down quite a bit of damage though. Squad's going forwards, you've got guards there. T70 coming around the corner. Where's that kitten at? Oh, back at base still. Concussive grenade there. Stern Pioneer's closing the distance. And the T70 guards combo bullying the Panzer II. To equip the incendiary rounds. They're not super effective against T70, but when we're coming around the corner, enough to force it away. Oh, Stern Pioneers couldn't quite win against those PTRS penals after that concussive grenade. Did force away the comm engineers, however. Another mine down from Deliri0us on the fuel point. Just got his tick down, got the upgrade on it. He's in a pretty nice position. The only thing that he's hurting for at the moment is munitions, having to use so many med crates. Healing is a slight issue for him, but once the Fox Grenade is the Veterancy, get the healing. I think it's a Vet 4, right? No, maybe it's Vet 5. It was a bug for a while, where it came for a very long time. The fact that it came in one command point, one Veterancy level rather, earlier than it was supposed to. Signals getting forced away there, but they did get the neutralize. So the fuel is cut off for OrangePest currently. Puma fires T-70, misses its second shot. Where are the PTRS squads? Nowhere to be found, but the Puma missing another shot, decides not to chase. Oh! Heard a squad down alert. It seems like OrangePest lost a fault screen here, but it sounded like it came from around here. A bit of a surprise. And Deliri0us managing to get out his T-34-85 at a pretty reasonable timing, despite having his resources harassed. Like OrangePest just hasn't been able to deal with the T-70 that effectively with his light vehicles and his Raketen. Hasn't converted it into as much map control as he potentially could have. He's looking for a flank on the machine gun here. And that's a retreat. Squad just goes in on the middle as well. Oh, we're making use of the aim shot there. Jamming the turret, getting some free damage on the 85. Another good shot. PTRS squads are there. Guards in the firing positions. They're out on the road and they're taking a lot of damage. Nearly go down. The OrangePest thinking about going for a late chase down. But decides to pull back. T-34-85 close to the center now. Probably would end up losing his looks if he decided to go for that. Just is right there. Could build the Panzer IV at this stage if that's what he's going for, and he is losing control of his fuel, so saving up for the Panther, or potentially the Command Panther, could be a pretty long wait. He's also in a manpower float zone. Gotta go for another machine gun. That's a bit of a surprise. And looks like it's going to backfire to some extent, because in comes a heavy mortar team for Deliri0us. It's a little bit wayward, that thing, but might be able to counter these machine guns. Oh, oh, squad goes down. T-70 just did too much damage to them. Penal finishing off the job. There we go, heavy mortar. Forcing back the machine gun. Raketen in a nice position to counter the 85. Faust connecting on the T-70. Who also doing some good damage. PTRS guards coming across though.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen some overs from OrangePest. Looks like he can't. Oh no, he built it. 3 machine guns. I'm surprised we haven't seen some overs from him though. Just gives him a little bit more pushing power. Those are much more static machine guns. And he is constantly losing control of the fuel. Deliri0us now just flooding in that fuel. And safe for the Panther, costing OrangePest a lot of control. Getting in the middle, doing some good work, forcing T-70 back for repairs. Oh boy, OrangePest about to lose his machine gun here. It took so long to start retreating. Down it goes. Looks like Combat Engineer's going to come in for the steal on that. I'm going to switch in sides. This is its first shot. Connecting, nice attack ground action. Getting switching directions as well. Ooh, clears the arc just before it gets a shot off, but the Puma looking for some more damage. Smokes out. A little bit risky, even though we're kidding on that amount of health. team are coming over looking for the T-70. So this is back for some vehicle crew repairs. Coming across, but in come the guards. And the boom has to evac. Good suppression, and then the looks coming in. Inflict the manpower damage behind that. Maxim set up to counter these squads coming forwards for OrangePest. Reacted quite quickly though, can crawl out of there. And in comes the command panther. OrangePest had to save a long time to get this. Lost him a lot of territory control. Let's see if it's worth it. Charging head on into this machine gun. Taking a while to take it down because he doesn't have machine gun upgrade quite yet. And a second T-34-85 come in for Deliri0us. Command Panther finally forcing that away. Going after the stolen MG-34 next.
Supply sector under attack.
Here's the supporting tank. Here it comes. Rakitten coming up. Build up. So the Panther coming across to the middle now as well. Inside the building's getting quite low. Could get flattened here. Ooh. Good long range shot there from the command panther. There's good long range shots in. Did have a oh, he's got the flare up. There's OrangePest giving him some really nice sight. Now we can get those long range hits in. And Deliri0us on the back foot here. They're going to pull all the way back to base while he repairs up. Guards coming in on the rear of the Panther. But yeah, I think it's had what, a 5 range nerf to its sight range. So still has a good sight. He's going to go for another machine gun. Interesting.
Combat promotion received.
And then come the 85 and the T-70 going hunting for this.
Heavy machine gun team.
Ooh, friendly mine getting tripped there. T-70 abandons the chase. Rakitten trying to get in range with some damage. 85 coming forwards. Trying to protect. And here comes the command panther across from the other side of the map. Can Deliri0us keep his tanks alive here? Bouncing a couple hits there. Missing, bouncing. Oh, the Rakitten. Oh boy, OrangePest forgotten about it. Goes down quickly right there. Can't afford to turn over yet another team weapon. It's not gone too well here for OrangePest. Force back. Kitten does end up in the hands of Deliri0us. And OrangePest just doesn't have the munitions now. Maybe if he had the flares up providing sight, he could afford to be a little bit more aggressive there, but without that sight, he's playing quite timidly. I think coming across to the middle. 5 going out to the far side. A little bit risky splitting the 85s. They can take them out in a 1v1 pretty easily. Oh, we're getting some good hits in, but looks like Rakitten also landing. Maybe more getting some good hits in too in the middle. Wow. Both not at full health, but they're gonna Used in combat anyway. Oh boy. It's a little bit late to retreat. 85 misses the first shot, but super late reaction from OrangePest here. Oh my god, T-34 missed that shot. OrangePest still not backing away though. Oh, a second miracle. Looks like in the meantime, Command Panther takes down one of the 85s. And the looks escapes. Dreams do come true. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Trying to split your 85s is a little bit risky against the Command Panther. And on top of that, driving them around. One shot of health removed. Makes them that much more susceptible to death. So now OrangePest, you know, stabilizing quite nicely on the back of that kill, and the Vet 5 looks surviving. This could be the turning point for him. Still behind in VPs by a little bit. By an enormous margin though. You see army sizes for two players very similar at this stage. That Rakitten's actually vetting up nicely for Deliri0us. Already at Vet 2. Could be an issue for OrangePest. Got a heavy mortar team flare up for Deliri0us. Trying to maintain control in the center. Here Rakitten's flying. Going after the Panther. 85 charging forwards. T70 getting super low here. Gonna go down to the looks potentially. No, the Puma super long range snipes the kill. And now the Rakitten's joining in. 85 has to get out of there. Oh my god, but the Panther was just left there in front of the Rakitten. Just went down. Looks like he didn't even use button on it. OrangePest just completely forgot about it. Oh boy, 85 hits a... Puma hits a mine. 85 tempted to come back in. Gonna come down to the first shot. Puma's gonna get sight quite early before 85 gets in range. Rakitten coming across. 85 misses the first shot. Rakitten setting up. 85 clears the arc. Smoke from OrangePest. Attack round. Attack round misses, and this one connects. 85 goes down. Command Panther that was abandoned ends up getting destroyed as well. But yeah, nice timing on the smoke from OrangePest. Good attack ground play, keeping his unit alive there. For the steal on the Rakitten, he is, but could end up losing the squad on retreat. Right, looks like OrangePest going to come after the team weapon first. What was that? You see that Rakitten's retreat path came like all the way around here. Very unusual. Does end up getting decrewed and destroyed. Nice work there from OrangePest. Bit of clean up after that hectic engagement. Rakitten sending up, looking for the angle, but now that could be vulnerable to the looks as well. It's out of there. He's coming out to the flank, trying to get some capping done. OrangePest has fallen a little bit further behind, but he has kept his two light vehicles alive, both of them at Vet 5, despite some extremely close calls. They're still ticking, still doing the damage. Deliri0us struggling a little bit for manpower at the moment. A bunch of units waiting for reinforcements in base. Probably needs to make sure his Rakitten is fully reinforced. Attrition grenades in, guards dodge somewhat. After retreat though. Ooh, combat engineers almost go down there. Mortar once again doing some work in the center, just bombing out the machine guns, allowing some good VP control in the center for Deliri0us.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Currently he has the triple cap, but OrangePest working on both of the flanks. Vet3 nearly Vet4. Oh no, can't get Vet4 of course. Not Vet3 on the Raketen. Fully vetted. Ooh, great satchel into the retreat path of the Stern Pioneers. Could get the wipe because of that, and he does. Impressive stuff. Machine gun just taking a hammering. And the Command Panther joining the fight for OrangePest. Deliri0us has a huge amount of fuel but just hasn't had the manpower to build another vehicle. Wonder what it's going to be though. Just using the attack ground there, clearing off a mine he saw getting planted earlier. I wonder if he's going to go for the SU-85. Probably does match up. Oh boy, oh. Could this be the end of the looks? In front of two PTRS squads, but they're too low to go for the chase down. And down the road, looks hobbling away at top speed. In the center. Looks like OrangePest is paying a lot more attention to the VPs now. He's still behind by a decent chunk. Just having to rebuild his Stern Pioneers now. Has to. He's been up against quite a few mines. Can't afford for his tanks. Engine damage like that. And Deliri0us doing a really good job on the capping once again.
We are losing territory.
It's usually the juncture where OrangePest might consider putting down his battle group for healing, but just hasn't had the breathing room so far this match. He's making a dash for the central VP. 85 coming out to clear the machine gun from the flank.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Machine gun pulling back slightly. Where's the Raketen? On the far side. And protect the retreat path of the 85. He's coming in here. The Raketen is waiting. It's a nice shot off. Also landing a good shot, but the Raketen going to town here. Panther very late to pull back, takes a third hit. It's a lot of repairs. 85 switching sides. It's got some mine retreats anyway. Puma is over here, it's coming in. Can you get involved against the 85? Trying to stay at range, trying to zone him out. Does have a decent chance to bounce at long range. And miss. Kitten is there facing this just in case the Puma chases him down, but OrangePest playing it safe. Going in for the chase. Oh boy, Kitten is there, springs the ambush. He's out of there though. How's that looks doing? 57 kills, pretty strong.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Let's go into town here. What is he stalling for? He's stalling for the Raketin coming in from the other side. It's a good hidden. There's a second one in. There's been a little bit taxed in repairs, you know. As of late, at least. But the command panther back up to full. The repairs almost done on the 85. But the VP's under 100 now for OrangePest. Oh, and he's going to take a sticky satchel on the command panther. Stoneparty's right there for repairs, though. So he's going to try back them up to the base instead, however. Filtration grenades in. Machine gun gets out of there in the nick of time, though, barely taking any damage. And the 85 freshly repaired, heading out to this direction, trying to prevent the cap. Deliri0us looking for the triple cap, trying to drain out OrangePest.
The enemy has 75 points remaining. You appear suited for command.
35 VPs left for OrangePest. Light vehicles both back up to full health. Command Panther just getting repairs now. We're getting in a nice position here for Deliri0us in the camouflage. Get some hits in. Switches targets, trying to get the Puma for the second shot. Oh boy. Looks getting a little bit aggressive here, going for the kill, and he hits a main gun credit. And there we go. Out of commission. Command Panther only sticking around to complete the repairs. Get rid of the engine damage, still not full health. And Deliri0us making moves on the center. 63 VPs left for OrangePest. Machine gun setting up, but the heavy mortars nearby. Here we go, we're getting in a really nice position again, just time and time again. Deliri0us in a really nice spot with the Raketin, inflicting so much damage. OrangePest constantly just waiting back at his base, looking for repairs, looking for heals.
We have a new T-34 standing by.
That's costing him a lot of territory control. Machine gun about to get flanked here by the second squad. By the guards. Oh, and he's going to lose it as well. There's Vet 3 guards in firing position, spitting out so much damage right there. OrangePest making a desperate dash down the center, trying to get some VP control, but the machine gun's in a nice position, gets the suppression in. And they're coming straight down the center, but once again, Raketin in there. Could get the kill here if the 85 connects. And it does. Puma down. Panther there as well, but Panther's taking the hammering. This Raketin getting it done. Panther really wants to kill on the 85, but not there. And that's it. OrangePest throws in the towel. Well, pretty close contest. I'd say OrangePest didn't quite have as much early control as he could have on the back of his double light vehicle play in the early game. Deliri0us ended up getting to his medium tank at a reasonable time. He didn't even have to tick up for an AT gun, just holding off with the T-70 and 2 PTRS squads, which can be tricky. But I really think OrangePest is going for 3 machine guns, not getting obers until right at the end of the game. I think that was a little bit of a mistake. Just had nothing to really fight against, you know, the unupgraded penals and the guards long range. And machine guns, if they get flanked, they're kind of helpless, but obers can't really get flanked in the same manner. So sometimes positionally his machine guns getting caught out throughout this match, and ends up turning them over to his opponent. Didn't go too well. Anyway guys, I'll wrap on that. Thanks for tuning in to another installment. If you like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise I'll catch you all for the next one. Goodbye. and good luck.